Hey folks, welcome back to another BB42 podcast. How are you, Beaver?
Good, buddy. How are you? Good to see you again.
Cannot complain. We're onto the Sea Eagles now for our season preview. Pretty disappointing for them last year, coming 12th, points for 10th, points against ninth. So probably could have been a bit higher on the ladder, but it's always tight, just getting into the top eight. What do they do in the off season, mate, to try and change things up? And there's one big change that I can see there.
That's right. Luke Brooks comes across from the Tigers, brings his barbecue across to the northern beaches, and be interesting to see how he gels with DCE and how he fits in that team. Right. So, be good for him to get the. He won't be carrying the team like he was in with the Tigers, but does he have it? Right, is the real question.
Yep. And look, there was a lot of talk that he was a very good player and he went to the Tigers or he'd come through the Tigers. He's the only halfback they kept, right? They got rid of everyone else.
Well, they
Moses.
lost. Yeah, that's right. They lost Moses. They lost Teddy. Right. So
Yep.
and had that golden run. Woodsy was a good player then.
Yep.
So they lost all those guys, and then kept Brooksy, and yeah, he just never rose up, did he? Right? He had a great year. I think he was Dally M half of the year at one stage, right? But that was many years ago. So,
Right.
so it'll be interesting to see how he goes there, right? So,
Yep.
they also lost Kepi, and you'll have to pronounce the back rower's name.
Kelma Tuolagi.
There you go. Thank you for that. Right. My tongue thanks you for pronouncing that. So he looks a decent pickup for the Eels, right? So the back row for the Manly boys relies on Schuster doing some good in the back row. We all know he's got some talent, that boy, but he also loves his pies. So going to be interesting to see how he goes through the season, whether he can make a dance in that second row there.
Yeah, super expensive back rower. But yeah, you're right. He can play. He's obviously got the skill. It's just, does he have the mental aptitude to turn it on? I'm going to say no, he doesn't. But that's life. The other thing that I think is interesting too with Manly is they may have just cleaned up their backyard by getting rid of the gangster family, the Fino boys.
Right. So so the Bloods have moved to Leichhardt. Is that what you mean, right? So yeah, well, we'll see in a few years whether that was a good move or not, right? See if they go on, kick on or not. So um, lots of talk about them being really good pickups, right? So maybe it is a loss, but I don't think it's a loss for them this year. So it's not someone who was going to make a massive impact for them this year. So for me, the big question with Manly is always how many games is Tommy going to play, right? And I don't know. What do you reckon the under over would be on that? 15?
Oh, I think that's overs. I would
Yeah.
I'd put it somewhere around 12.
Right. Okay. So either way, there's a look, their season will depend upon how durable he is, right? If he plays a full season and he's damaging best, they're a team that could beat anyone, right? So that's the whole thing about this comp, right? So you only need one slip up somewhere, all of a sudden you drop from fourth to 14th.
Yep.
So yeah, but I'm backing Tommy on the under, right? Under 15, I mean, right? And I don't think that'll be good enough for them to get into the finals, right? Plus, we all know Anthony Seibold is, of course, the smartest coach in the league, but he's also the biggest dick in the league, right? So I certainly hope they miss out, just so that smug face of his pops some egg on.
I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. And just to finish up on Turbo there, you're right. He makes such a difference to that team that it takes all the pressure off the halves because he slots in with he's a number 6 and just takes all the pressure off. And I think Brooks will just absolutely love it. So Turbo's good, Brooks is good, is my take on that. So we'll see how that goes. Gee, they got a rough start though. Over in Vegas, they are against the Rabbits. Then they've got the Roosters at home, Eels away, Dragons away, Panthers at home. I got them winning 1.
Yeah, I've only got them beating the Panthers as well, right? So, so 1 out of 5 is probably a fair call, right? If they're lucky, they get a second win, right? So, and let's, and they could very well do that, right? So, they need to get off to a good start. They need to be playing from in front, just in case Tommy tweaks the hammy or back. So, yeah, I think it'll be a tough start, and I think that will continue for the year, right? So, I don't know about you, but I've got them missing the top 8. In fact, I've got them coming 14th.
Yeah, I got them coming 12th. So yeah, I just think it all hinges too much on Turbo, and I just can't see it being a full season for the young fella. So it's just how it is, I'm afraid. So all right, well, look, good luck, boys, over in Vegas. I hope you all come back, and we'll talk to you soon, mate.
Take care. Enjoy Vegas.